And there we have it. So it wants to switch my printer. I don't want to let it do that because this is perfect. So it's already got our colors all set up and our holes perfect. Hey YouTube, Consulting Joe here with another video. And today we're gonna turn this cool picture of Elvis that we made with ChatGPT 5 and we're gonna turn it into a cool lightbox. So let's get right into it. So the first step here is once we create our image, I just saved it. So we want to jump straight into Bambu Studios. All right, so we got these cool ones that I made the other day. So we want to come down here to Maker Lab on the homepage of Bambu Studio. You'll see Lightbox Maker. So click on that and it'll run us through into the Lightbox Maker. We click Create My Lightbox and we can see all the different features of it and how it works. It's pretty amazing. And then from there we get started. We upload our image. So we have our Elvis and it gives us some other tidbits of what to do, but we've already got a nice clean simple image. So we go ahead and start with that. We could remove the background, but there's no need to for this. It looks like there's a strange edge on the far right. We want to kind of crop that off slightly, maybe on the bottom too. Other than that, I think we're good to go. So we hit confirm. It's gonna process it and give us our colors that are needed for this, which I tried to keep to 4 because that's what I told ChatGPT. And so it detected 5 colors. There's a couple slight variations of that tan. So we're gonna drop it down to 3. It's gonna assign both of those tans as the same. And then we go next and we've got these 4 colors. So we confirm, and then here we can adjust the size of our lightbox. I like the nice default. It's not too crazy big, it's not too crazy small. To me, it's just right. So from there, we want, if we click on preview, it's going to give us a generic preview of that. And there's a few steps we need to do to add some holes in the back to make this lit up, because right now it's solid. There's the only way this would work is off of a battery pack that you can never charge. So to fix that, easiest thing I found is if you hit export, it's going to remind you about the dig holes or hole digging. So we click dig holes now, and then we've got some cool features. I like to always do a keyhole, and the standard size that it gives you is pretty good. Put that towards the top, but not too close to the top that it'll interfere with your LED strips or any of the housing. And then we want one more dig hole. So we click away and then we'll be able to see again. So from here we want a rectangle, and I do 9 millimeters wide by 11 millimeters tall, and that is perfect for a 12 volt bullet connector that I have. It slots in perfectly and it glues in perfect. So I could show you later on how to add that same dig hole onto the side or the bottom of the surrounding. That way you can actually hang it on the wall and plug it in from the bottom. So stay tuned for that. And then once we have that, we can click preview again. We'll see our new dig holes, our power plug, and our hang hole. I want to do one more dig hole while we're at it, and this one will be for our switches. So I want to add a switch to the side, and I believe that switch is, if I remember correctly, 19 Nope, 13.4. 13.4 by 19.4. So I add that hole and it's going to give us that vertical switch. I want to put that in the corner, but not too close to anywhere where we're going to have our LEDs. So that looks pretty good. And that's going to be a big old switch to fill in there, and it's going to be pretty cool. So one more quick preview of that. And we see our hole on the back right side where you can reach around and turn your device on and off without unplugging it. All right, so once we've got that, we can click export. We want to select our printer, which I am using the P1S, and we want to make sure to select our nozzle. The nozzle size by default is 0.2 millimeters. We want to switch that to 0.4 millimeters unless you do have a 0.2, but it is not the standard. And then it's gonna be able to try selling you some LEDs. I recommend Amazon or eBay. And then we just click open in Studio, and there we have it. So it wants to switch my printer. I don't want to let it do that because this is perfect. So it's already got our colors all set up and our holes perfect. Now, here is the bonus tip. This one's tricky. So if you're gonna hang it on the wall, it's gonna be kind of tricky to plug it in from the back. So the trick here is we want to, right here in Bambu, we want to create a cube and move that cube down here. We're gonna see that it sits on the bottom, which is not ideal, right? So what we need to do is size it. We first make it our size that we need, which is going to be our 9 by 11 tall. The length does not matter because it's just going to be used to cut our hole. So now here's the trick. If we want to move it, it's not going to let us. It's just going to keep dropping down. So what we have to do is copy this, move it. Oh, let's just get that out of the way. Move this. Let's start over. We're going to take our 2 cubes. So we've got 2 cubes here. If we move one to the side, we'll see our other cube. We want to group these 2 cubes. Click away. So we can select both cubes. We right click, we merge them. Now that they're merged, we want to go to Objects and Assembly, select just our 1 cube, and we want to move just that 1 cube. Now we see that it allows us to float it because that is part of this other cube. They're grouped together in assembly. So that's the lowest part of the object. So this one can free float. From there, we want to move it to where we need to do, or move it to. So we want to first center our object, then center this object. Then we grab the object, look at it like this, we move it back, and that's where we want our hole, right there for our port. So, but we need to get that other cube out of the way, right? So let's just move it away. So now we have exactly what we need, and we need to cut it out. Let's cut it out. All right, we want not do a cut, but we need to do a mesh boolean, and we need to do a subtraction from this part. And oh, of course, so you might get stuck on this part too. Here's the trick. You want to take our cube group that we got, select that with this, both of them, merge them all, because that makes perfect sense. So then once you merge all of it, you want to then do a subtraction. Now, when we select this, we can still see this. So when we go, we just select that cube right there and we do a little subtraction and we're done. We could have turned on delete input and it should have deleted our original cubes, but here's the result. We just go ahead. Now we gotta do a split of those objects. Now this drops out and we see that nothing happened. We wasted our time. Nothing did anything. We just did a whole lot of nada. All right, let's try this once again. Subtract. We want to subtract this with that. You would think subtraction. No, it's not it. Subtract from. Subtract from. Subtract with. There we go. There we go. All right. So kind of funky. I might have screwed up there. So now we have to come back in and then we need to then just split two objects and then boom. Now here's one other little tip I think might be important. If we select all and deselect the back and we right click, we want to merge this back together so that this is all grouped up. That way, in case you move anything around or anything, it's all still one piece. So there we go. We've got our switch port, this big switch port on the right side here. We've got our power plug in the back if it's going to be used as a desk toy or desk display, and then our hanger on the top, and then our key slot for the hanger, and then on the bottom our optional plug port if we are hanging this on the wall. So you've got a lot of features, a lot of cool choices. So I hope this video's helped. If you like it, leave a like. Please subscribe too if you haven't. And thanks for watching. I will hopefully post a short of this finished product here soon. But thanks for watching. Have a great day.